My name is Mamo Le. I'm the owner of the restaurant Mamo in New York City. It is actually a restaurant. It's a family business. My father opened this restaurant 23 years ago in 1992 in the south of France, in a little town called Antibes. So basically, when you would walking into the restaurant, you will see a big photo, in black and white photo, from my grandfather and the people from the neighborhood when he immigrated from Italy in Antibes in the 50s, when he immigrated with my father when he was really young into Antibes. So my father is the gentleman, the good-looking young man who's actually sitting on the ground, who was as known as Mamo as well. It is a tradition in our family to call the people, the member of our family, Mamo. So that's why naturally, after the years, the restaurant, and it was easier for me to call the restaurant here Mamo. Here it makes more sense to call it Mamo because people were really coming for my father, who is a character, and it became almost an institution. He became an institution himself. That photo is what we are, and it speaks for itself. For me, it just tells more than any words you can make out. Like when you know what it is, even people who don't know that it's my grandfather, they just think it's absolutely amazing. So I like to have the tablecloth to be really elegant, but the decor itself, I like to make it very old and not too much dressed up. It needs to be, speaks for itself as well, like materials are so important, and that's why it gives character for me for a place. And I always envisioned to have a very old house, and that's where we were, when we were young. We grew up in that very small apartment where it was very traditional, very old, and we were eating even almost on tablecloths when we were young. It's something really inspired us because my grandmother always drove us to be healthy, to eat, and to understand what tradition are. Food is what drives you every single day. My grandmother always taught me to respect myself with what I'm eating. That's why she always give me the best ingredient possible, even if we didn't have much money. But to get a nice tomatoes or a good olive oil to make some bread, she was making everything. That's where it doesn't cost really much more money to eat well. So here, when I wanted to bring a little piece of heaven, that's where I'm from, to New York City.